get into that scripture where it talks about how Adam.
But actually, you know what you can do? You can actually read Genesis 10, but it goes into the lineage of Peleg, which I believe Peleg means to divide. So I think that's what.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you okay?
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 3, verse 21. So it says. So it says, verse 21. For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed and was overcome, and so be all they that are born of him. Okay? Thus infirmity was made permanent, and the law also in the heart of the people with the malignity of the root, so that the good departed away and the evil abode still. Alright? So it's basically that pattern of wickedness. All of mankind followed that pattern of wickedness after Adam. He pretty much set the tone of wickedness. And people pretty much, they follow that same temptation. And so pretty much people just can't do righteousness even if they want to. They just follow that same pattern of lust, man, that wickedness. And it all started with Adam. When he transgressed, all they that were born of him followed that same pattern.
So all these three were all born of Adam as well?
Everyone.
Because they were the original people, weren't it? So, okay.
Let's get that.
Let's say, hold on. So this is 2nd Esdras 3 verse 3. And my spirit was sore moved, so that I began to speak words full of fear to the Most High, and said, O Lord, you bearest rule. Thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward.
Right, that's talking about the main Adamite. Because back in the time of, you can even read that Genesis 6. Back in Genesis 6, you had Adamites out there that were chosen. Now the one that was given the breath of life were obviously the chosen ones, because they were given that knowledge and understanding. That's what the breath really means. Go on.
And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way.
Right, thou gavest commandment. Because the commandment back then was oral. They didn't have it outwardly. They had it internally. They always knew about the law back then. Go on.
Which he transgressed.
I tell you what, Taz, get Genesis 6. Yeah, you go on.
Which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him and his generations.
So now we're going to show you how. Now we're going to show you when they transgressed. Yeah, so get Genesis 6 now.
Start from the top. It came to pass when man began to multiply.
That's the one right there.
So,
Yeah.
Right, this is Genesis 6 and 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw daughters.
Right, see, it says the sons of God, because prior, so like around that time, everybody was known as Adam. Okay? No one didn't have a name. Like, for example, right now you call yourselves Iranian, you call ourselves, so-called black people or the Israelites, etc. Now we have a label now, but back then there was no label. Go on.
Right, they're the sons of God, sons of the wicked, and the sons of man.
That's it. Yeah. Right. I stand corrected. Go on.
And it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born of them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and looked and took them wives.
Right, so the sons of God, what they did was this, they weren't supposed to, let's turn this around.
What made someone a son of God rather than a son of a man?
They were chosen.
Who were the chosen?
We'll read it in a minute, just read it. It says here, that they took wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Right, because the Most High didn't want the chosen Adamites, the sons of God, to mix around the other nations at that time, the other Adamites that the Lord wasn't dealing with. That's why the main Adamites fell from their prestigious way. Okay, go on.
And it says, there were giants in the earth in those days.
Right, so when you look up the word giant, and this is just for the edification, you know what I mean? This is what we do best. This is what we do at the Great Millstone. We edify. Okay, we don't just shout at the top of our lungs. We go into the historical, parts of the Bible, and we touch other subjects. Okay, and if you notice, the Israelites especially Great Millstone, if you notice, we like the questions coming to us. So if you got a question, we'll answer the question. Like a lot of religious, groups out there, they don't like when you question them. But that's how you get down to the bottom of it. It's by questions. Go on.
And it says, there were giants in the earth in those days.
Yeah.
And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
Right, the other Adamites. Go on.
And they bare children to them.
And that's not what the Lord wanted. The Lord didn't want that. The Lord wanted the Adamites or the chosen Adamites to congregate with one another. And even on top of that too, the Israelites, they were given a law on that to pretty much don't marry into the other nations of their women.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 7:3.
Yeah.
Even make marriages.
Yeah. So they knew the law back then. Go on.
And it says, came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Yep. And that's why they fell, because when you look up that word giant, if you can, Baba Bashar, if you can, what we're going to find out is that word giant is Nepal, or Nepalia, which means fallen. That's what it means. It means to fall, because we fell from our higher state. You can even get that in Jude 1 too. The book of Jude 1, and I believe it's 5. It's only one chapter long anyway.
Giants. Right, this is H5303. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it says giants. It says Nephilim.
Right.
Nephilim.
What's the Hebrew word though?
I don't know how you pronounce that.
That's right, that's Nepalia.
Nepalia, yeah?
You know what you could do better yet?
It says Nepalia. It says to fall, to lie, to cast down, to fall.
Yeah, to fall, to cast down.
Right.
Now that we further got that out of the way, now let's go into this now.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field.
It's really the main curse came from when Adam was following Eve. Okay, when Eve decided to, because when you read about Eve, when it talks about when it talks about the apple on the tree, when it talks about the apple on the tree, right?
About the philosophy.
That's talking about the philosophies. That's what that's going into. Okay, so because Adam followed Eve on that. That's when the curses came upon us. Go on.
This is, and above every beast of the field, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Right.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
Yeah, that's going into Jacob and Esau. But that's the point on that. Now I want to deal with another point. This is the other point we was dealing with. No, yeah, get Jude 1 and 5. That's what I wanted you to get. Jude 1 and 5. Jude 1 and 5. Because you got all of these different doctrines out there talking about the fallen angels and Satan fell from heaven. That ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures. Okay, or the angels, the angels fell down or whatever they've been saying throughout the years. That's going into how the sons of God or the Adamites fell from their highest state, and we're going to further show you what it's going into. And more in depth. Now we're going to go more deeper now. Jude 1 and 5. The book of Jude. Yes. single time it is.
Excuse me. I didn't quite understand your explanation when you were speaking about. Sorry, you were speaking about the evil in the world coming into place. So it all comes from Adam. But then, Adam, who are the sons of God and who are the sons of man? That's what I don't really understand. What's the differentiation?
But you know though, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Basically, you're not really gonna understand this because the gospel or the Bible is really set up for men to understand. You understand what I'm saying? I can teach you, but basically, you have to know the basics. Now, if you're an Israelite, because that's one thing we gotta get. That's one thing we gotta get considered now. We have to consider now. I don't know where you're from, because you said you're from Iran, right? So, but I'll say this: if you're an Israelite from one of the tribes, then you could be one of us. But if you're not, then you're gonna be going with
No, because the brother, upwards.
Okay.
Surely it's not about where I'm from, it's not about where I'm at and what relationship I have with them.
No, I'm talking about what
Israelites,
nation.
They live a very unholy lifestyle. And
No,
You don't know what because she chats like a J.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You could be one of us. You could be one of
I've
us.
got a precept for what you just said.
Okay, you're going.
This is Job 39 and 17. Because God have deprived her of wisdom,
Right.
neither have he imparted to her understanding.
Yeah, and that's just the whole thing. That's the reality. We're not making fun of you. You didn't make fun of me. You didn't do nothing bad to me. But what we're bringing about is the truth. This is the truth. Okay, we're not like these men out here where we're just afraid to speak our minds or afraid to speak the truth. We're gonna deal with the truth as it is. You came in and listened, and we respect that. Okay, but read that verse again.
He said,
No, I want him to read it again, and then you can repeat to me what she said. Go on.
Right, this is Job 39 and 17.
Yep.
And it said, because God hath deprived her of wisdom.
Right, because a woman's wisdom can only but go so deep. Okay, we're not saying that women ain't got no wisdom. Okay, but mainly this understanding is too deep for women to get. This is really for the men.
The women go on the emotions.
Yeah, because that's it there. That's what I wanted to say, but you said it before me, you know? So,
Neither have he imparted to her understanding.
right, understanding. And that's just the bottom line. This is why you notice it's nothing but men out there doing the work.
Let's back that up with a few
she said, what she said was, she don't understand who the sons of God is and who
Okay.
the sons of men is.
Okay,
I
we-
don't need a re-emphasis on the fact that I don't understand because I'm a woman. That's completely irrelevant and it's not a reply
No,
to my
no,
question. I was
listen,
humbly
listen,
asking
listen.
you a question.
Yeah, right. No, we understand that. We
You don't
understand
need to
that.
put me down and say,
I've got another.
No, it's not. It ain't got nothing to do with being put down. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
That's emotions. You're going on emotions, like you just
Yeah.
said.
No. She just asked a question. She just asked a question.
I don't want to answer in scripture. I want to answer in opinion.
Opinions.
I just understand your understanding. I want to hear your understanding.
But don't take.
Our understanding comes from the scriptures. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't have without the Bible. We don't have no
You're
wisdom.
just reading the Bible, and I love the Bible. I respect the Bible, but I just want to hear what you have taken from the Bible. You know, I want it to come from your words, just so it can help me go
Let's
through
get that, because you can't do that.
But you know what though? But you gotta understand. No one's disrespecting you.
And we'll explain using the Bible.
Because even the scripture says as well that man is supposed to lean on to the understanding, because we not right as well to a certain degree. Okay, so we as men, we have to keep onto this.
Right,
All right,
this is 1 Peter 4 and 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God.
Right, so that's what we have to do. We can't go into our own minds, because if we do that, we're going up. Because we're not perfect. So if the man is not perfect, and as we all know, based on biologically, man is far more superior than the woman. But we're off. So if we're off, then you're going to be more off. So the order is this. I'll tell you what, brother, get me what Paul said. What did Paul say? Paul said,
The Bible also preaches equality,
We're gonna get there.
I don't think it's necessarily giving off the right
This is
message.
because he's talking about the Son of God, right? It says Luke chapter 3.
Okay,
verse,
we'll answer a question first. Yeah, go on.
verse
Yeah.
37, which was the son of Methuselah, which was the son of Enoch, which was the son of Jared, which was the son of Malael, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth,
Yep.
which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God. So there was like a lineage of men from Adam that goes to us today, the Israelites. There's a lineage that goes all the way to Noah, and then from Noah to Shem all the way down to Abraham, Isaac, to Jacob, and the Israelites. Us today. It's like a lineage. Those are the sons of God. The people who, because the Most High was dealing with Adam, right? You agree with that? He was dealing with Adam. Adam was the man that he chose, and Eve, that was his wife.
Surely everyone comes from Adam.
I got the thing right.
Yeah, everyone comes from Adam, but there was a specific lineage of people. Okay,
right, this is 2nd Ezra 6:54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Of him come we all. We all come from Adam, right?
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people whom thou hast what?
Chosen.
So there was a chosen. Everybody was a chosen. There was a specific people. So the Most High, he's an individualist. He's a separatist. He's a favoritist. And all the tists that come with it. Go ahead, man.
I got none of it. Let me get this one. Right, and it says here, this is Romans 9 and let's see,
You got
9 and it's Romans 7. Hold on a sec. Bear with me a sec. I gave you Romans.
You could have finished off with that Ezra's one. That was alright.
Yeah. I just wanted to cut this.
That would have been a straight samurai shogun.
Yeah. This is Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Are they all children? But in Isaac shall the seed be called.
Right, because that whole belief of equality, that's got nothing to do with the Bible. The Bible doesn't say nothing about equality. Now open up the Bible and show me the verse where it says equality. It doesn't exist. That's the belief of this world.
Are you gone?
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you want to hear this?
About love and equality.
Do you want to hear about this last one? You said about children of God. We're all the children of God. Yeah? Just listen to this. You said you love the Bible. This is which the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. So we're not all children of God.
I just want to hear about love. That's that gypsy philosophy. No, orgies.
Hippies.
Everybody.
Go and tell
That's where that comes from.
Dick Cheney.
Orgies and everyone is doing what they feel.
Smoking weed.
Feeling good. And just dancing and having sex, free sex. Worshipping and smoking weed. And
She's not even disagreeing, man, because
is that Baphomet?
she's just smiling, bro.
Is that
How did you know?
demonic? Is that demonic, undisciplined, that one-ton spirit?
Without will.
Do as you please. That's what love is. Love and equality. Doesn't matter what you look like if you got 2 arms and 6 legs.
That's crazy, man. Crazy,
10 arms, 4 fingers.
Doesn't matter. You
Your
can
breath
come in.
smells.
It don't matter.
I knew she was a hippie, man.
You know she was on a hippie.
probably
You could take her around the corner and get a Greg Johnson.
One of those birds.
Probably an Iranian Edomite, man.
Yeah.
No, she could be one of us. She could be a Jake, because she, I could tell that she was fascinated with the Bible and everything, and even the way he played that thing too. But Edomite can't play like that, man. But the point of the matter is that what I was saying is because I see in her eyes just go. I was seeing that she wasn't really focusing. So that's why I said, look, we should really teaching you technically, because their minds can only go so far, man. They ain't gonna understand this Bible. You know what I mean? Like, what is she gonna do with this information that we're bringing about?
Yeah. She's a whole 2 straight up.
Yeah, that's why I saw too.
She don't know it's slut, man.
Yeah.
She want them free.
That's what you said, saying what you were saying there. She's just like with a little smile on her face.
You know, that's what she's been
disagreeing.
inside. She was smiling at me with a second.
Yeah.
And I smiled at her, and then she smiled back. And I was like, yeah, you a freak demon, man.
I was gonna mention that, man. Like,
You're a freak demon.
Alright, this is Ephesians.
She had a demonic hoodie on.
Trying to hide.
Harry Potter
Trying
thing,
to look
innit?
like Red Riding Hood.
Because you can see right through people. You see, that's just the thing with the shoot. When you've been in the shoot for so long, you can see right through a motherfucker.
Spirits, innit?
Yeah.
I looked at her thinking, nah, she looks like one of them freak demons, man.
Looking for private lessons.
Right, this is Ephesians 5 and 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light.
Exactly. So we gotta walk in this light right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this world ain't got nothing to offer. I'm telling you, it's got nothing to offer. Okay. In fact, get that Proverbs 7. That doesn't remind me. She doesn't remind me of Proverbs 7, man.
Her, man. I mean, you know, you could bend it over to another precept.
She'll love every second of it, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you give it to her long and hard, man. She know that one of the free.
Long and hard.
She didn't look like a complete 150% one, man. You know what I'm saying? She looks so humble there, but when you get into the bedroom, she transforms like shit.
Yeah.
She'll take over. You be like, God damn.
I didn't know it was that way.
I knew you possessed, but I didn't know you possessed like this.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like that. Not that. But I knew she was a demon though, because she should have seen how she moved. Like,
Yeah.
she was a demon.
She likes being dominated, man. You can tell. If you talk to her about sex, you probably lose her mind and go crazy, man.
Yeah, probably just kiss you in the lips. Shoot for the lips.
You know, she was getting down on her knees and thinking, yeah, you definitely get down on your knees. Yeah, man.
Right, this is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5. Ye are all children of light.
And that's
And
what
the
she was
chil-
probably just used to. We're all children of light. That demon spirit, man. Go ahead.
and children of the day. We are not of night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they sleep in the night, and they are drunken in the night.
That's our people, man. They're just off, man. They're drunken in the night, man. And the most are looking at them like they're drunk. What the hell's wrong with you? Here it is, you're an Israelite and you're being.
She could just be the nigga woman. That's what the nigga woman's doing. She's getting her down.
She just seems like it, man. Now that you said that, man. No, I said.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real, man.
Well, if you spoke to a certain way, because sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching certain videos here, and you can get something off of a woman just by talking to her. You know what I'm trying to say? You could get a thing. If you chat to her a certain way and say, listen now, you can get a thing out of her. She'll understand exactly what you're doing. Just take her around the corner, man.
There's videos where actual men tell you they instruct you on certain loopholes in the female psyche where you can say certain words.
Because women are all about feelings.
Yeah.
They're all about feelings, man. They're all about feelings. They're easily influenced. All you gotta do is put your vibration on her. If you put your vibration on her, you can manipulate her how you want to. You know what I'm trying to say?
Cause she was staring at me for a good minute, man.
God damn,
And I
man.
just knew. I know where it's at. You know, she turned away because she didn't want me to find out what it was all about.
So she probably been dealt by a bunch of guys, man.
Yeah, run a battery off her, innit, huh?
That's what they found women.
Just from that little smile she gave when you mentioned that bit about sex, orgies, gave this little,
That demonic smile.
how do you know?
That demonic smile. God damn, man. She'll have a man and be cheating on her, man. I'm guaranteed she want them. That's her definition of love and equality. That's why them people want to be killed.
Yeah, she just want you to spread them legs wide open, man.
Wide open, long and
Hit that
deep,
shit.
man. Long, deep.
Knock that shit right out. Bruise those walls. She wants you to bruise those walls.
Yeah.
Bruise vaginal walls.
Get drilled and filled, man.
Now you see, now you get me, now you got me talking dirty.
And you can't
It's
get us to do that,
contagious,
man, 'cause he's disciplined.
Hey, it happens, you know, I'm in the flesh, you know.
And she's skinny as well, but sometimes you come across some little skinny things that
shit'll
got
turn you
sex
on.
appeal.
Yeah.
They got sex appeal.
That shit'll make you get robbed.
It's not always a thick thing that can turn you on. Sometimes the little freaky deek, skinny ones, you can just do whatever the fuck you want with them.
Pick them up, go them all
That's
over
the problem. That's why we gonna have concubines, man. They just ride, man.
Variety, man. Variety.
They say shit, but I kind of, you know what? Let me
testosterone's all over the place.
let me visit my concubine, man. Boom, run through the door. Bitch, you know what
Especially
it is.
after war.
Get the fuck on the bed. You know how the Hebrew goes. Fling off the fringes.
All right, brothers, you gotta stay in the spirit now.
He's already in the kingdom. Right, this is Ephesians 1:5. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet of hope of salvation.
So you know how we were being sober? We're watching for the signs, man.
And you know too, I don't need to go back to this, right? But you know what? It's like you got these old, you know, feminine pussy-fied Negroes out there talking about, oh, you know, Deuteronomy chapter, what is it, 22, right? About the whole rape situation.
Yeah.
You got Jake just bugging out over that bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? But when you give it to them real nice, they want more of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay? That's if you bend it. If you bend it, then you know how it is. If you giving it to her nice and soft and all of that, she ain't really gonna want to fuck with that, man. She wants you to hit that shit, man.
She wants you to bend over and shag her, man. Shag her brains out, man.
Yeah. And if you ain't doing that, then you know what? She's just gonna say, oh, you whack.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, man. That's what they really want you to do. And that's what these women fantasize about. They fantasize in you
Climbing
capturing
through
her.
the window and
Yeah.
Because I've done that before. I visited a brothel, black thing, went there. I didn't know her, she didn't know me, didn't know my name. I don't care about her name. Gave her the money. She came back. She went out with the money, gave it to the bitch, whoever the bitch that was running the joint. She came back, clothes off, put the thing on, strapped me up, went straight to it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my God! And then her thing started farting, bro.
That means she loved every bit of it.
And then I came off because I was kind of sweating, innit? And then she was like, give me the tissue, give me the tissue. Give me the tissue.
she was talking.
Yeah.
Production, brother.
Yeah, gave her the run, bro. Gave her the ROD. ROD. And then I looked it up on the internet where it means there's actually a scientific word for it, man. When a woman's pussy starts farting, it means they're turned on.
But I didn't even know that. But I told you that means she's enjoying it. See that?
And you know what? And the reason why I brought that situation up was because the fact that I didn't know her, that's what excited her. The fact that you ran upon a woman and she just is just complete strangers, just banging my brains out. That's what turned them on, man. That's what they like. That's why when you chat to her, when you get her number and you phone her like a week later, she's now playing games.
Yeah.
But when she gave her a number, it seemed real at that moment.
Yep.
It was at that moment. Because she was in that moment. But a week later, now that spirit is completely off her. Now she's playing games with her.
And you know,
Because she wanted it at that moment.
Yeah.
If you can't when you get a girl number, you have to do something with her at that moment.
Right now, yeah.
If you give her a week's time, you've lost the momentum. She's not feeling it no more.
And you know what too, and that further validates the scripture. Because see, we may be talking about sex and all of that, but it goes back to the scriptures again. Every single thing goes back to the scriptures.
Yeah.
So when you read Deuteronomy chapter 20, what is it? I think it's 22, right? Concerning
Yeah, 22, yeah.
right? Basically, it's not a sin to do that. And like the brother was saying, it was at the heat of the moment. All right, and that's what they like the most. They like it when it's at the heat of the moment, and you can grab them up and do whatever you got to do. Get your rocks off, you know. And that's just the thing. And this is what certain men don't understand. And I mean, and I understand that. I get it, because if you got a daughter, and to think that your own daughter is gonna do that, I mean, you know, you're gonna feel insulted. You're gonna feel violated. So I understand that, but you gotta understand that that's the reality. And you know, to these young schoolgirls. And we all know about this because we all went to school. Okay? So let's not act like we don't know what's going on. We're just oblivious to what's going on. A lot of these young girls in school, a lot of them are screwing other young boys in the school.
Yeah, they're experimenting.
Because when I was in the States, basically, there'll be like young girls pregnant, 13, 14 years old, pregnant. 13, 14, in school.
See that? But you see, that's how it is. That's how woman nature. That's how women right now, they're miserable because they want men to man up. Yeah. And the reason why they want men to man up, I don't mean to go off topic and shit, but the reason why they want men to man up is because this feminism shit has destroyed everything. It's destroyed men and it's destroyed women. And now women are basically telling men to man up, meaning this whole feminism thing was bullshit. Yeah. That's what they're basically saying.
Yeah.
If they want, because if equality was all good, then they wouldn't be complaining. They'd be happy. Yep. But women are miserable right now. Why? Because they're not feeling feminine. They're not in their natural state, which is to be feminine. Yep. And being dominated. Like when a man goes to prison and is incarcerated, and he's basically being physically put down and anally raped by another man, he's being feminized. He's being dominated. You know, he's being basically turned into a woman. So.
Oh yeah. Salakia. I've seen a documentary. They have a saying that in prison. Yeah. See, when they know that that's happened to you, easy. Some guys, they stay in that state, just like that, man. So when other prisoners know about you, that you go raped and you get kept in that state, you basically become feminine. So other prisoners, that when they know about you, you're that way. They say that even though you leave prison and then come back after 3-4 years later on, guys are always gonna move on you because they know you turn into this female state. You know how homosexuals are like, innit? Or feminine and shit there. Some guys, that happens to them just after they get raped in the prison, man. They say they call it to be turned out or something. So you get turned out, so they call it turned out. So if you get turned out in prison, and they find out that that's happened to you, guys are always gonna make moves on you. Because now that's how you end up into a prison, bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what's going on out here, man. You know, when you've been dominated by another individual, you know, you become feminine, and that's women. The reason why these women are so pissed off, pretty much, is because they're not feeling dominated. They're not feeling feminine. Okay, no one's taking control. They're just being left in a woman in her natural state. And naturally is meant to be dominated. She's meant to be feminine. You know? So this whole feminism thing, that it destroyed the natural balance of things. It destroyed, that's why when everything naturally is destroyed, people become miserable and frustrated. Alright? So that's why everything has to go back to order again. Go ahead.
This is you know, and just to say one thing as well, this is why you have a lot of men that have daughters, you know, they get emotional because they always want to think and believe that this is their little charming little girl. But that little charming little girl that you claim to be little charming little girl, that girl is gonna grow up and become of age, and she's gonna get banged up. On
especially in the days we're in now, where
that's the real world.
It's everywhere.
Because if a kid ain't doing it, then somebody a little bit older is banging around. That's just a reality. You know?
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said don't have your daughters or sons in this place.